show you where we are. At this point, right, so this one is pretty complex. We've got a couple of surfaces that are very wide, a couple of surfaces that are very narrow, so I think this is going to be a good study model for us to actually map this onto. So here's the challenge, right? We have to evaluate by identity where, or what the distance is across the x direction, well, not the x direction, but across the xy plane for every single one of these surfaces. I have a couple of ideas of how to do it, but what I need to figure out is how the numbering system is going to work on each of the panels. So here's kind of where you're actually going to use your display tools. So what I'd like you to do is go up to display, and we're going to do vector display. No, sorry. No, I'm sorry. Don't do that. We'll just do it using list item. Turn that preview on. Okay. I'm going to go back into Rhino and just turn all my layers off so it's easier to see. Yeah, sure, fine. Oh. All right. So what we're going to do is isolate a surface and then test which number, right? We're trying to find an index that we can map to every single instance of every single surface in the building. And then we're going to measure it. But so we need to make sure that, for instance, if index 0 is the xy plane line for one surface, that it also is true for every other surface. So that looks kind of like this. If I go into set, list, and list item, and I plug the subdivided surfaces into it, right? Because we're going to test an individual surface. So this deconstruct brep gives us the breakdown of all the surfaces that we have. So if I plug that into list item, and let's see, there's 16 of them, so I could just do a slider. It doesn't really matter. 0, less than 3, less than 5. Plug that one in. So this is the one it gave me. If I highlight this, I have a surface on the building. It doesn't matter what building you're analyzing. It doesn't even matter what number you choose to analyze, as long as it is a number that you have, right? So 1 to 16 for me, or 0 to 15. So on this, what we're going to do is sort of a double list item. So I want to deconstruct that to get my edges. And then I'm going to check what the index is of each edge, and then test that against some of the adjacent surfaces to ensure consistency. So it looks like this. I'm going to say surface analysis deconstruct brep. This is under set list. All right, so now I've broken that down. You can see that on that rectangle, on that rectangular surface, I have 4 edges. We know that. And it's given me here 4 curves, or 4 edges. So what I need to do is another list item. I'll plug the edges in as the list. And this one really should only go 0 to 3, because there are 4 edges in a rectangle, 0 to 3. So here's what we have. Edge 3, let me zoom in on this so you can really see it. So edge 3 is at the top. Do you guys see the green line?
Why are you only doing 3 then?
Because 0, 0, 1, 2, and 3 is 4 edges. So 3 is at the top, 2 is on the side, 1 is at the bottom, and 0 is on the side. So the test here is I need to make sure that all of the edges are going to be in the same orientation for every surface. So now I'm just going to visually check the next surface, this one right here, and 0 is on the left side, 1 is at the bottom, 2 is there, and 3 is all the way up top. Another way to test this would be, maybe I don't test one surface. Maybe what I actually test for my edges is all of the surfaces. Okay, so this one is going to test every single one of them. And if I select this, you can see that my 3 edge goes all the way around the perimeter at the top. And then, right here. And then somehow there's this little anomaly on one of the surfaces that actually makes my number 3 edge go down. So that's unfortunate. Let me try. No, that shouldn't be any different. I'll try with grafting. I don't think it'll make it any different. No. Yeah. So what we're going to wind up doing is actually having to create an intersection for each one of these, and we'll try testing it that way. Okay, so we're going to actually create an intersection curve that gives us the exact mapping we're looking for. So let me see. We've got a little bit of time. So do you guys want to go through the process of testing that all yourself and playing around with it? Or you want me to move on? Or I'll give you a few minutes to put that together and just kind of visually see and understand what's happening in your model. Some of yours might actually be fine in this case, but the proof that I'm trying to offer you here is that you cannot trust that if you test 1 or 2, that it's going to be a complete system all the way around.